What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be trying out some Griot's Garage paint cleaning clay. So basically what clay bar does, if you're not familiar, is removes a lot of the stubborn contaminants like tree saps, paint overspray, and a lot of other contaminants that get stuck in your paint that do not come out during a normal wash. You can scrub and scrub and scrub and it will not come out. Clay bar will help with that. Clay bar will help even sometimes if you get a minor fender bender, like where it's scuffed. You can get some of that off with clay bar. Otherwise, typically use some compound to help with that. Obviously, if it's through the clear coat, it's not going to do anything. But once in a while, you can get lucky. When you just get your car, it's new. Typically, you can just feel that it's nice and smooth. After a while, driving your car, it does pick up contaminants. It's just what's out there. Depending on how you drive it, what conditions, you can go maybe a year or two without needing to clay. What typically you can tell your car isn't quite as smooth. Otherwise, if you put your hands in a plastic baggie and gently wipe on it, you can tell it's grabby. That's how you know it's time to clay bar. What I go by, some people say you want a clay bar every time you wax your car, and I am not a believer of that. What I recommend is to only clay bar your car when it needs it. So clay bar will slightly mar the paint. What you want to use is a lot of lubricant. You can use either detail spray. Today I'm going to be using some Griot Speed Shine. They recommend it for using Griot stuff. Otherwise you can use Adam's detail spray, really any detail spray out there to add some lubricity to it. Some people do use soapy water. I'm not a huge fan of using soapy water just because it can dry out some of your trims and stuff like that prematurely. Otherwise what a lot of people use is O&R or other rinseless stuff. I believe they dilute it down 1:64 to make it a lot cheaper than the over-the-counter clay lubes. So places will sell it to you, but it's cheaper to get a bottle of O&R. That's typically my go-to because it's cheaper than detail spray. So I took it out of the container. It does have a bag here. It does give you a decent sized bar. So I'll come back in a second. I'll have this cut open. So I got it out. This is the Mother's clay bar that comes, basically this is what you can get locally at most places. Comes with a bottle of Mother's detail spray. This stuff is pretty good when you need it. I haven't had any bad luck. It looks to be very similar, only the pack, this Griot's is a lot bigger and comes in a nice resealable jug. This comes in this little package that you have to reseal it in. So obviously this is a big bar. What you're gonna wanna do is take, some people wear gloves, I don't do it. You're gonna wanna rip off a chunk. So you don't need a ton. You can probably save this into 4 or 5 different chunks depending on the size you're doing. I'd rather go slightly smaller, that way if you drop it, you have to throw it out. It is just not worth it. You will mar your paint. It's just not terrible. So typically you get it working. Basically I flatten out a surface like this. This is how I do it. If you guys have different ways, please comment, let me know. But lubrication is your friend when cleaning the vehicle. So what I did first, I should have said that, is I washed the car with basically a strip wash, a little bit of APC in my foam cannon with some just chemical soap. And then I did use some Iron X to get all the iron deposits out. A little bit of Car Pro Tar X just to get some tar deposits out of a few spots by the wheel wells. And then I dried the car. So there's not much protection on there, so I'm gonna be careful. What you're gonna wanna do is spray it down quite a bit. And then just gently go over. So there's a little mark there, took it up. It's gonna create a mess. If you feel this grabbing on your car, you need more spray. That's when it's gonna really mar. So you can't use too much of this lube. So you're gonna wanna go over small sections like this Some people go more. That's a paint chip there, so that's not coming out. Obviously you don't scrub a little bit, but it does take off a lot of stuff that you just can't get while washing your car. So I would try to get on the camera with some of the stuff. I had one, that paint chip there was from when I got the car, and there's one new one. I got 12,000 miles, so it's not too bad. So you go through, you can feel it gets slicker as you go. It's not too bad. What you're gonna wanna do is fold it, just knead out another flat surface, then move to the next spot. So typically what I'll do is one whole panel, and then I'll wipe it down with a dry towel. Since I am using detail spray, what you're gonna wanna do once you're done here is make sure that you wipe it down. I'm gonna use Griot's paint prep, or I have some Nanox X to get any of the protection that the detail spray is adding. But just to make sure that the wax adheres properly. So I'm gonna go a little bit, hopefully I can get some contamination on here that you can see. There's a few spots on the car I could see it actually picked up, but clay barring will mar your car. So people say it doesn't, it will on a microscopic scale mar your car. So you're gonna wanna do it only as you need it. I need to polish my car, a few minor imperfections, nothing too crazy, but I wanna get it just jeweled out and make it pop. So, get a little bit more. It works best if you wanna show a demo on how it works when you can have a car that's never been clayed before. That's where this clay gets absolutely disgusting. So you can typically tell, just use your use reasonable doubt on when it's time to flip it, and not when you're not recording or anything like this. You can fly through a whole car, and you got to go a little bit slower on a car if it's never been done anymore. So I really only have 1 or 2 specks on there, so my car's in pretty good shape. It doesn't really sit outside at all, so I'm gonna do this side of the car. What you wanna do is just repeat the whole car, then wipe it down with a paint prep. I wanna try out CarPro Eraser sometime soon. There's a hair on there. CarPro Eraser once I'm done with my paint prep and stuff. Basically, it's a 15 to 30% isopropyl alcohol. Some people say that CarPro Eraser does have a little bit more lubrication to it, but without knowing the exact chemistry of it, I cannot confirm nor deny that. But there are a few spots on here where I could see this pick up little specks that just would not come off during washing. So don't force it. If it starts to catch, spray more detail spray. So there's very little you can see on there, but basically that's how I clay my car. I'm gonna wipe this down. If you do it right, it should take about 15-20 minutes the whole car. So what I'm gonna be applying after this is some Adam's Americano wax. Really make this pop. Get me through another 2-3 weeks, and I need to really just plan a day to get up early, get this thing dialed in, get the trim all redone with Geon trim, put some more glass protection on, and go from there. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. But Griot's is the middle of the road stuff. You can probably find some of the Griot's clay at some of the local vendors, so it is a positive of it. I think AutoZone, a couple places are starting to get it, so it's a good paint clay out there. I've tried Chemical Guys, I've tried Mothers, and it all seems to work pretty well. I'll dry the car off. It should be very slick. I recommend it. I like, basically the container is what's nice. The other ones don't give you the container, so for sure I'd buy one of these just to have the container, and then you can put other clay bars in there. When storing the clay bar, typically what I'll do is spray a little bit of detail spray on the clay bar so it doesn't dry out. If it dries out, then it doesn't seem to work. So just load it up with some detail spray, I use Griot Speed Shine, just basically trying to use that up. You can use Adams, but otherwise O&R is good. So I'll put the links in the description for the stuff. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that button. Over 1,000 subscribers now, which is amazing. Didn't think that would happen, but thanks for watching and have a great day.